excellent views, suicidal camels,
Oh my... Did you see that?
and a whole lot of loving. Close your eyes, viewers. Somehow, all of those and more became part of my Assassin's Creed Origins playthrough. This is Backlog and Beyond. Listen, we've all got games sitting in our backlog that we've been meaning to get to. Maybe it's been a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. For me, sometimes it's closer to a decade. Assassin's Creed Origins was one of those games. The weird part is I could have sworn I'd played it before, just not enough to really remember it. Or at least that's what I thought. If you checked out my last video, Dishonored left me wanting more stealth gameplay, so what better place to go next than the poster child for stealth combat, Assassin's Creed. But honestly, there was another reason I picked Origins. I couldn't shake the question of why I'd never come back to finish it. After 9 years, I figured it was finally time to find out. First things first, I had to recover my 10-year-old Ubisoft account, which somehow only took 12 emails. Once I finally got in, I immediately noticed something I wasn't expecting. A level 22 save file. Looking back now, that's almost halfway through the game. The weird part, the second I loaded into the main menu, I barely remembered any of it, and I couldn't shake the feeling that history might be about to repeat itself. As I got back into the game, I realized the first hurdle wasn't even Assassin's Creed, it was the controller. After the last couple of games on mouse and keyboard, I suddenly looked like I'd never held one before. Even the tutorial had me fighting for my life. Once I got comfortable again, I could finally focus on the game itself. Unfortunately, the opening hours were still not doing much for me. The quests just started blending together. I'd talk to somebody, ride halfway across Egypt, clear another camp, and then realize I barely remembered why I was even there in the first place. After a while, it stopped feeling like I was uncovering ancient Egypt and started feeling like I was just clearing objectives off of a map. I even caught myself looking at my second monitor, which usually is a pretty good indication a game is losing me. There was one thing that kept standing out though, and that was ancient Egypt. For a game that came out in 2017, this world is still incredible. Every city, every temple, every stretch of desert felt like it had a story to tell, even if the quests themselves weren't always grabbing me. Oh, and by the way, yeah, here we go. By the way, she's actually a playable character.
Oh, great. More fuel for your superhero complex.
Sick. Isn't this fun? After a couple of hours, I had something to admit to myself. Dishonored made me feel like I'd missed out on an amazing game. Origins was starting to make me wonder if maybe 2017 Brandon made the right call. Then I accidentally accepted a side quest that was a few levels above me. It took me almost an hour to finish. Normally, I'd be annoyed by something like that, but for whatever reason, I wasn't. That was the first time I realized maybe the thing I was missing was not another mission, it was something that forced me to slow down and actually engage with the game. Oh my god, I did it. Oh my god, I did it. It didn't suddenly fix everything, but it was the first time I felt like I was playing Origins, instead of just getting through it. After all that... Amazing. That one quest took me... I guess I should have just gone after him the whole time. Pretty soon after that, I noticed I was paying attention to something completely different. The side quest had not really changed. I was still sticking to the main story as much as I could, but I kept catching myself looking around instead of just looking at the next objective. I kept reminding myself, this was a real place. This wasn't just another open world somebody came up with, this was an actual civilization. Real people lived here. That made exploring feel different. Even when a side quest wasn't all that interesting, it usually took me somewhere that was. Like the first time I saw the pyramids or climbing another synchronization point because, well, it's Assassin's Creed, I wasn't remembering the quests, I was remembering where they took me. Around that same time, the story finally started picking up too. Once Cleopatra, Rome, and the Brotherhood started becoming a bigger part of everything, Bayek became a much more interesting character to follow. I finally felt like the story was starting to match the world I'd been exploring. I still don't think every part of Origins worked for me, but by this point, I wasn't playing just to finish it anymore. I was genuinely curious to see where Egypt was going to take me next. And that's exactly what happened. The more of Egypt I explored, the more the story started to open up. The people I was chasing became just as interesting as the places I was exploring. The second half of the game had a lot more to offer. Bayek finally started clicking for me too. mostly because his relationship with Aya became so much more complicated. Watching the two of them realize they couldn't go back to the life they had before ended up being one of the strongest parts of the game. Then you start crossing paths with people like Cleopatra and Julius Caesar. Not just hearing their names, actually being part of those moments. If you've got even a basic understanding of that history, it's pretty cool seeing Bayek and Aya woven into it without feeling over the top. Reaching the final stretch, I wasn't just checking another game off of my backlog anymore. I genuinely wanted to see how Bayek's story ended, and honestly, that wasn't something I thought I'd be saying 15 hours earlier.
I haven't really been invested in this character yet. I can't tell why, but I'm just not there.
So, why did I stop playing Assassin's Creed back in 2017? Honestly, I think 2017 Brandon experienced a lot of the same things I did. The difference was he had a lot less patience and a lot less time. Looking back, I don't really blame him for putting it down. Coming back almost a decade later didn't suddenly make Origins a better game. If anything, it made me realize I was appreciating different parts of it. After playing hundreds of games over the years, I've realized the quests and the systems aren't usually what stick with me. It's the world, it's the people, the moments. That's what I remember. Origins was at its best when it stopped worrying about getting to the next objective and started taking in everything around it. Looking back, I honestly think ancient Egypt was the main character all along. Not Bayek, not Aya, Egypt. And I think that's why I kept playing. If you've got Assassin's Creed Origins sitting somewhere in your backlog, there was probably a reason you bought it. Maybe it was the trailer, maybe it was Egypt, maybe it was the setting, maybe it was Bayek, whatever the reason was, go see if your past self was right. Because maybe the real question isn't whether a game is good, it's whether you're playing it at the right time. I'll see you in the next one. Remember, if you liked the video, consider subscribing for more updates in the future. I'll be playing a lot of games this summer, and I can't wait to share those with you. You may have noticed a couple of live clips from this particular video. That's because I've started streaming on YouTube probably about 2 or 3 times a week. Ideally, I'm streaming around 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested, come check it out.